Welcome back to everyone, and today we are going to see about the parameters in functions. Okay, so we have already seen how to pass a parameter. So today we are going to see, is there any options to pass two or more parameters in single variable? Okay, so by using single variable in a function. Okay, so let's see. Before that, anyone uh, try the program which we have seen in yesterday, that is hangman game? Have anyone tried that? Okay.
No, sir, I'll try today.
Okay, no problem.
I tried rolling dice, sir.
You get an answer?
Yes, sir, I got.
Yeah, super. Yeah, okay, so let's see the store ox and double stack quacks method. Okay, so let's move on to Jupyter Notebook. So first we are going to see about star arcs. Okay, so star arcs means, so the arcs is the short form of argument. Okay, so this star arcs is used to pass two or more values in single variable. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I'm going to define a function named myfunc, and here I'm going to pass a comma b as a parameters. Okay, then I'm going to calculate the 5% of these two parameters. Like I'm going to sum them. First I'm going to sum them, and after that I'm going to calculate the 5% of this total. Okay, so the sum of a and b, I'm going to calculate 5%. Okay, so I run this. So now I'm going to pass a parameter inside my func 12 comma 23. I'm going to run this, so I get 1.75. So if I want to add one more variable, here I'm going to give like comma c and comma d, like that, right? So run this. If I not passing the value for c and d, it gives error, because so my function missing two required positional arguments, that is c and d. So we have an option. So here we can pass a default value, right, equals 0. Now it not written any errors here. Okay, so now you can pass your c value. Okay, so here I have to change, right, c comma d. Okay, so now you get 2.9000, and now you can pass your d value. Okay, so if you want to add more and more, you have to give your variables in here, or give your parameters. You have to pass in here, right? So we have an option named star arcs. Okay, so this helps to pass two or more variables in your function. So but we can use arcs to pass two or more variables, sorry, two or more values in single variable. Okay, here I just pass args, that's all. So now I'm going to run this. Okay, so now you can see here we can get the answer, and if you want to add more, you can add what length you want. Okay, so it gives answer, right? So, and in we can change the variable name. Okay, so in every variable, just we can put star in front of that variable. It turns into star args method. Like here, you can pass Sam or any variable, which what variable you want. Okay, you can pass here, and if you put star special character in front of any variable, it turns into star args method. Okay, so now you can run this. I get the answer, right? So in universally, most of developers are using ARGS, but because it indicates argument. Okay, so it is helps to find what I have done here, what another program have done in their function. Okay, so we can understand easily by using args. If they are using some other variable, we can't understand what they have done here. Okay, so that's why most of them using star args. We can have option. We can change the args into some other variables. Okay, but the args is a safe method, and most of them using or most of them declaring args. That's all. Okay, so let's see one more example. So def, I'm going to find square. So yeah, I'm going to find square. Okay, so here I just pass star and q. That's all. Okay, so you can pass what variable name you want. You can pass here. And I'm going to find a square root of q. Okay, so here I'm going to return. Before that, because I'm going to pass two or more values, right? So in each value I have to calculate square. Okay, so because I'm going to use for loop. Okay, so I'm going to use for loop for I in q. Okay, here you don't pass your star in here. Okay, you just pass your variable, right? So after that, I'm going to calculate I star star 2, and before here, and I'm going to give return. Okay, so now you get the value, right? So I'm going to run this. So here you can pass what length of values you want. Okay, so 2 3 2 3 and 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, so I run this. So okay, so it returns only the ending value. Okay, so if I give return in here, it returns only the end value of 9. Okay, it returns only the square value of 9. So here you have to give print, or you can append the values into another list. After that, you have to convert into tuple, then you can return your value. Okay, so here I just print that. So now you can see here, so 23 square is 529, and this also 529, and 45 square is 2025, and 6 square is 36, and 7 square is 49, and 89 square is 7921, and 9 square is 81. Okay, And next we'll go with double star quads. Okay. So, and this uh, variable is used for performing dictionary options. Okay, so this is used to passing your dictionaries in your function. Okay, so if you give a double star in front of any variable, it turns into dictionary passing variable, right? So if you give a single star, and it turns into numbers passing variable, right? Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to create a function. Okay, so function, okay, my function. Then here I'm going to pass double star quads. Okay, then here I give indentation. After that, uh, I'm using some control statements here. So if fruit, here I'm passing key value. Okay, so I'll, you can know so what is dictionary, right? So dictionary has key value pairs. Okay, so if I pass key, I can get the value, right? Here I'm passing key, that is fruit. Okay, so in packs. Okay, so quacks, and give indentation, print. Here I have, here I'm using some print formatting. Okay, so yeah, and double quotes. Mm, so the fruit is, so here I'm going to give some curly braces, and inside the curly braces I'm going to pass a key value, right? Here it is fruit. Okay, so I run this, it gives an error because here I have to close the function. Okay, so now, now I'm going to pass a variable here. Okay, then fruit equal to orange. Okay, so you can pass your dictionary like this. Okay, so after that, uh, your veggie. Okay, so veggie equal potato. Okay, so here I have passing two parameters. Okay, so I'm going to run this. So now you can see here uh, the fruit is in my function, right? So fruit has orange value. Okay, so here you can see, so printf the fruit is, then it fetch the value. So according to the fruit key. Okay, so fruit key has orange. Okay, so it prints like this, the fruit is orange. Okay, so you can add one more control flow here. I'm going to give elif statement. Okay, if veggie, okay, so veggie in quacks, I'm going to print this. The wages, here I'm going to pass quacks inside the square bracket. Here I'm going to pass the key value, that is veggie, right? Okay, done. What's happened here? So veggie, so invalid sentence. Mm, Okay. So while scanning string literal, hey, you have one more. Right. Okay. So now I run this, I get the fruit is on orange and which is not printing, right? Which is also in here, right? I'm going to change into Y. Yeah, now you can see here. So the LFS is should to if this function gets true or this function, so the statement gets satisfied, so it won't goes to next if statement. Okay, so if I give both are in if condition, so it checks both statements. If it is true, so both are true. Okay, so it goes to both statements inside. Okay, so now you can see here the fruit is orange and the veg is potato. Okay, so you can add one more or some values in here. So I'm going to add some fruit or other value like furniture. Okay, table. Okay, so here I'm going to pass the else and I'm going to print f. Finally you get table pass. Here you have to pass your key value, right? That is for nature. Okay, so I'm going to run this. I didn't get any value here because so here we have fruit and veggie. These are the parameters which I have passed here. Okay. So if you use else, so you don't print, right? So here also you can use if statement. You can get the value because these are dictionaries. Okay. So here we are going to check if the key is inside quacks. That's all. Okay. So here we can't. We are not performing any conditions. Okay, so here just we are checking if the fruit key is in keywords or if veggie is in keyword, it goes in here. Okay, here also you can pass or you have to pass if condition. I'm passing furniture in quacks. Okay, because quacks is data structure, that is dictionary. Okay, so now you can see here. So finally you get table. The fruit is orange, the veg is potato, and finally you get table. Okay. So now uh, we can have option to combine both aux and quacks in single function. Okay. Let's see how to combine them. So def. So I'm going to create bd as a function name here. I'm going to give just args arg s comma and double star quads. Okay, so I'm going to just indent notation. After that, I just print both values. Okay, so I just print both values. So like I'm using if string literal. Okay, the I'm going to type the values. So here I pass args inside the square bracket. I have to print the first value which I have, which I will pass into dd function. Okay, so after that, the dictionary or the fruit is here. I am going to pass wax and I'm going to grab the fruit key. Okay, so now you can see here. So here I'm using args and here is yes, right? Yeah, yes. So you can see here. Here I'm using args and quacks. Here I just grabbing first index position of args, and here I just grabbing which value has fruit. Okay, so which value has key as a fruit. Okay, so I'm going to run this. So now I'm going to pass the value 12 comma 13 comma 14 comma 15. Okay, and after that I'm going to pass fruit equal to apple and comma veggie equal to potato. Okay, so I'm going to run this. Now you can see here, so the value is 12, the fruit is apple. Okay, the fruit is an apple, right? So if I am going to give the value after the dictionary, okay, so it gives error. Okay, so you have to give at the same which you have given in here. Okay, so the same order you have to pass your variable in here. Okay, so if you pass alternately, it prints positional argument follows keyword argument. Okay, so the positional arguments follows keyword arguments, and this is error. Okay, so now you can run this, you get the answer. So here I'm calling zeroth index, that is 12. So now I'm going to change to, so the value is 14, right? So 0, 1 and 2, the value is 14, and I'm going to change vegetable, that is wages, and here I'm going to change veggie. So I'm run this. Now I get the value is 14, the veg is potato. Okay, so you can pass a number of parameters in star args and double star quacks, and star args for integer and floats, and double star quacks for dictionaries. Okay, so do you have any doubt in star args and double star quacks method? Do you have any doubt, or shall I move on to next topic? It is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, okay, so let's move on to another topic. And now we're going to see about the map function and filter function, and also the lambda expression. Okay, so the lambda expression is also called as anonymous function. Okay, so the lambda expression, it's like performing functions. Okay, it's like performing functions, and we can call. So if you are using function, we can call again and again, right? So by using the function name, and if you go with lambda, so we can't call again and again. So it is only single line performance. Okay, so we can run, or we can code in single line. Okay, for entire program. That is, for an entire function, we can type in single line by using lambda expression. Okay, so first we'll see what is map function. Okay, so here I'm going to type map. So you can give shift enter, so you can see the syntax of map. Okay, so map has so see here, there is see in docstring. So map uh, has two parameters. One is function and another one is iteratables. Okay, so first we need to create a function, okay, for map. So I'm going to create def and square, that is my function name. Here I'm going to pass num as a variable, and here I'm going to return num star star 2. Okay, so after that I'm going to create a list of contains some values. Okay, here I'm going to use range function for creating a list. So I'm going to give 0 to 11. Okay, 0 to 11. So for A, so now you can check A. We don't have any changes in here. Okay, so here I'm going to give list. Okay, so now I run this. Now you can see here the value is from 1 to 10. Okay, so here I'm going to remove these two square brackets. Okay, so now you see here the values from 1 to 10. It creates as a list, right? So we can use range function for creating more number of. Sorry, we can create a list contains more number of elements. Okay, so by using range we can create it. Okay, so next I'm going to pass this a into square. Okay, so by using map function we can pass, like, first I'm going to give function. Okay, so you here you here the parenthesis is not necessary. Okay, so here we are just passing the function name only. Okay, so after that you can pass your variable a. Okay, so the map maps the function and a. Okay, so it maps each element into the function. Okay, so in each time it calculates 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and to the 10. Okay, so I'm going to run this. So now you can see the map at 0 plus 2 9 7. It is the memory location. So if you want to get value, so you have to use for I in map. Okay, so now I'm going to run this. So now I get error because I have to give indent mock here, and next I'm going to print this. Okay, I run this. So now you can see here uh, here we are not using any args and quacks method, and we are just using map. So the map function is used to connect your variable into your function. Okay, so it simply passes each elements into your function and performs what logic you have given in your function. Okay, So you can see here, so 2 squares 4 and 3 squares 9 and 4 squares 16 and 10 squares 100. Okay. So if you want your output in list form, just you delete this and simple, you have to convert the value into list. Okay. So I delete the indent notation. You can also store the value. Okay. And now I'm going to check E. So E has the squared values of A. Okay. So 100 is 10 is 100 and 9 is 89 and 8 is 64. Okay. So the map function is used to connects or maps your variable into your function. Okay. So that is the main advantage of map. Okay. So you can use any variables here. That is not a problem. So you can also use another or any other variable in here. So it is not problem. Okay. So the map these two parameters and gives an answer. Okay. So uh, next we'll see what is filter. Okay. So filter also has a same syntax like map function. Okay. So first we have to create a function, that is a def equal to, so I'm going to find even. Okay. So even values. So here I'm going to give you uh, first I'm going to pass a parameter a, the modulus of 2 equals 0. Okay. So after that, and print a. Okay. So I just uh, find even values in here. Okay. So and also I'm going to give else function, and here I print a comma or. Okay. So a is odd and here the a is even. Okay. So I run this. Now I'm going to use filter function. Okay. So filter only returns true values. Okay. So it is not return a false value. That is, it is not return else value. Okay. It only returns a true value. That is here. So you can see here the if condition is true, it performs a comma even function. Okay. So it returns only the true value. Okay. So here I'm using filter. So inside the filter, I'm going to pass E1. Okay. So after that, I'm using the same value. Okay. So here I'm using A. So I run this. So you can see here we are giving if and else statement. So it prints both. Okay. So if I delete this, okay, gives only so I run this and I also run this. It gives only the value which we have filtered here. Okay. So it is also prints else also. Okay. So filter is based on which condition we have given here. Okay. So it filters the values only. So next we'll go with the lambda function. Okay. So just I'm going to create def square. and I'm going to pass num as a variable. Okay, I just give indentation here, and after that I return num star star 2. Okay, so now I want to reduce the lines of my function. Okay, so you can give like this. Okay, so you can give like this, and I'm going to pass a value that is 2, so you can get the answer. So we have an one more option, that is lambda. Okay, just uh, delete these lines and just give lambda. Okay, then here you can pass your temporary variable. After that, you don't give return and some print values in here. You just pass num star star 2. Okay, so in before colon, so we are just declaring, so num is lambda function, that's all. Okay, so after that we are done some logics here. We do some logics here. Okay, so now I'm going to store this lambda into square. Okay, so first I run this, and here I'm going to pass. So you can pass the values like this. Okay, so it gives 9, right? So the lambda function uh, returns 9 value. So if I change the value into 4, I get 16. Okay, so the lambda function is used to for only one times. Okay, so function we can call again and again, but lambda we can't call the function. Okay, so we can do only one times or only once in our program. Okay, so we can use different lambda concepts in our program, but we can call only one time uh, by the single volume. Okay, so we can call only one time. Okay, then so now we will see how to use map and filter functions in lambda, right? So next I'm going to show the map function with lambda. Okay, so first I give list, and inside the list I am to pass map. Okay, so after that inside the map, so now I can use the lambda here. Okay, you can use lambda here, and after that just give comma. Then now you can pass your a list of elements that contains into a, right? So I'm going to pass same a. So just I pass a. So now you get the answer, right? So 1 4 9 16 25 36 49. So here also you can get same answer by using lambda function. Okay, so this is an example for lambda, and I'll see the filter function. Okay, here lambda num colon, so num modulus of 2 equal 0. Okay, so here it's not necessary to give if conditions here. Okay, you just pass your logic, that's all. Okay, here I want to get an value what are the elements has satisfied this condition, right? Okay, see here I'm just passing the condition, a num a percentage symbol to equal 0, that's all. Okay, after that just give comma, and you have to pass your parameter. So I ran this. So now you can see the difference between map and filter. It returns only the true values. Okay, here I passing 10 values, so which it contains odd and even numbers also. Okay, so here the filter function is just return the true values. Okay, what are the elements have satisfied in this condition. Okay, it returns only that value. Okay, so let's see one more example. List. So here I am using map. Okay, then lambda, right? So before that, I'm going to create some elements contains strings and different data types like a equal to new apple, comma, banana, comma, orange, comma, um, orange something. Okay, that's enough. Or mango. Okay. So here I'm going to give num, lambda num, colon, and num. Going to craft some words in apple and banana and orange. Okay. So here I'm doing a slicing method, or yeah. So 1 or 2 colon. That's all. After that, I'm going to pass a. So now I run this. You can see here. So it starts from 2 and p, that is 2, and it prints ple, and here it starts from n and it prints na, and here it starts from a and it prints ange, and here it starts from n and it prints ngo. So you can perform different logics in your lambda function. Okay, so you can also use map and list in here. Okay. And this is clear. The lambda function is clear, or do you have any doubts in lambda function? Okay, so let's see quick overview. Okay, so first we have seen the star args method. So star args method is used to pass 2 or more integers into your function. So to perform or to do your logic. Okay, so we can change any variable name. Okay, so in star args method, and also here double star quacks method is used to deal with dictionaries. Okay, so you can pass dictionary values in here. So here also you can change your variable name. Instead of quacks, you can change like veggie, fruit, whatever name you want, what name you want, you can change here. Okay, then after that we have an option to use both star args and double star quacks in same function. Okay, then after that we have seen map. Map is used to map your list and to your function. Okay, so, and the filter is used to return the true values. Okay, so the true values from a, and we can do some uh, logics in lambda. Okay, so that's all. If you have any doubts, please ask me, or you can text me also. Okay, so thank you all. We'll meet in Monday. Thank you so much. The class is over. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.